When I was acting cute, I suddenly noticed 5 red lines above my dad's head. One was connected to my mom, and one was connected to my aunt. At first, I had no idea what those red lines meant, so out of curiosity, I drew them in my sketchbook. But when my mom saw that the red lines above dad and my aunt were connected, she got extremely angry. The moment dad came home from work, she didn't hesitate to stab him to death. And afterward, she didn't plan to keep living either. After killing her husband, she took her own life. I believed all this tragedy happened because of me. If I hadn't been able to see those red lines, maybe my family wouldn't have ended in such misery. From that day on, I started to hate those red lines. So I sealed up every window in the house, even though I could hide from the ones in real life. The red lines on the TV were still clearly visible. To be able to watch TV in peace, I had to wear sunglasses inside the house. Back then, I still didn't know what those red lines really meant. But as time went by, I noticed that men had more red lines above their heads than women, and male celebrities on the street had an absurd number of them. Until one night when a news report aired, that's when I finally learned the secret behind the red lines. The news was covering a home invasion murder, and I was suddenly drawn to a man wearing a helmet on TV, because he only had one red line above his head. I had seen people with hundreds of red lines, but it was my first time seeing someone with just one. While I was still confused, I suddenly heard the sound of a motorcycle outside. I opened the window to take a look, and to my shock, it was the same man from the TV. Sensing something was off, I quickly grabbed my phone to call the police, because I suspected he might be the killer from last night's case. But before I could say anything, I suddenly hung up the phone, because I realized he might not be a bad guy. Maybe he was dating the woman who lived across the street. But the strange thing was, when the two started kissing, another red line appeared above the man's head. That's when I finally understood. The number of red lines represents how many people of the opposite sex someone has physically touched.